They hoped that their men would return home in time to protect them should the Soviets enter their village. Oma became especially concerned for her oldest daughter, a pretty, wide-eyed, raven-haired 17-year-old. My mother, Hanna. By spring, American, British, and Soviet units were rolling into cities, towns, and villages throughout Germany to establish command and order. Oma, like most of the women in Schwaneberg, believing Hitler's denigration that the Russians were a barbaric lot, prayed the Americans or British would take their village. The American commander, General Dwight D. Eisenhower, some noted, even had a German name, which bolstered their hope that the Americans were more like them than the Russians were. Then, one quiet afternoon in mid-May, their wait came to an end. Everyone in the house, and even the neighbors, heard little Kai shriek from the loft upstairs. Her round, pregnant form slowing her, Oma made her way up the staircase of the east wing of the schoolhouse, as her other children, Mani, Clemens, Tilly, and Hanna, bound past her. At the top of the landing, she found her little Kai surrounded by his brothers and sisters, pointing out the small oval window to some trucks in the distance. The family perched at the window in silence, anxiously waiting to catch a glimpse of which army was rolling in. The small convoy of 3 trucks inched closer, then stopped when it reached the edge of the village. Oma watched, her nerves in knots as she braced for a sign. From his window, the mayor unfurled a white sheet. The village mothers jumped to follow his lead, all of them, including Oma, hanging white sheets from their windows. The trucks approached cautiously and finally came into full view. The children froze, and Oma stared in disbelief until the older boys broke the silence with an ecstatic cheer. The first vehicle, marked with a white star, slowly led the convoy as it made its way down Adolf Hitler Strasse and onto the cobblestone square. Down below, the mayor appeared from his house and quickly hobbled onto the street to welcome the Americans. Hanna looked at Oma, who smiled and gave her a nod, the go-ahead to take her siblings out to join the crowd quickly assembling outside. The Americans stopped their trucks. From atop, they tossed Hershey's chocolate and gum to the village children, who were quickly disarmed by the soldiers' cheerful expressions and animated demeanor. As they passed out treats, the soldiers spoke in friendly tones with happy-sounding words that none of the villagers could actually understand. One soldier removed his helmet and hoisted Mani onto his jeep as the other little boys looked on with envy. From up in their windows and down on the street, the village mothers watched the scene, waving to one another and raising their hands to the heavens in gratitude. Over the next few days, nearly everyone became enamored of the American soldiers, their easy, open way, their childlike humor and light-hearted antics. For the first time in many months, the women smiled, becoming particularly amused when the soldiers sent their children into fits of giggles when they botched German phrases, saying things like, "Hello, Fraulein, ich liebe dich," or calling everyone Schatzi, an endearment reserved for parents or for those in love. Over the next few weeks, the Americans established calm and control. They clowned around a lot, laughing, taking pictures of themselves with some of the village children, even assembling to get a group photograph in front of the Adolf Hitler Strasse sign, which one of them removed afterward to take home as a souvenir. For the most part, though they endeared themselves to the community, a few vented their anger against the Nazis by taking it out on the villagers, looting and destroying personal property. Oma came home one day to find that the lock on Opa's desk had been pried open. The contents, a silver letter opener and heirloom box, stolen, and a swastika carved into the seat of his big leather chair. On the seat, like a calling card, lay an American penny. By and large, however, the villagers' worries began to subside, most of them believing that under the Americans, their lives would get better. But their relief did not last long. One day, the Americans shocked the villagers with an announcement that they were leaving. "Germany has been divided into 2 separate areas of administration," said the seniors.